People always ask me questions about why I live my life like this, deep in the forest, all alone. These questions are top three are, I put some notes here. What are you really trying to escape? Second one is, isn't it selfish to disconnect from society? And the third one is, aren't you feeling lonely? Some of those people are genuinely concerned, some of them are curious, and a few of them are a little bit sharp. So let's lean into those questions with the answers. The first question, what are you really trying to escape? I'm going to answer it with the second question together, but let's clear this. If I was escaping from something or somebody, I wouldn't have made this video for you, you see. I would have thrown my cell phone deep in the woods and then disconnect myself completely, and you wouldn't even know my existence. Isn't it selfish to disconnect from the society? Many people ask me these questions because they think, how about contribution to the economy, etc. Well, I must tell you, I've done my share. I worked in the corporate level as a design engineer for 30 plus years. I'm okay with that. In fact, I'm not disconnecting myself from the society. I want to reconnect with the nature. That's the purpose I'm here. There is one thing that I have noticed over the years as my experience. We cannot ignore nature. We cannot get around it. We cannot neglect it. We cannot destroy it. We have to learn to live with nature. That's the purpose I'm here for. You see, we humans, we making huge mistakes. We always taking things as single, like this is a tree, this is a bird, this is a bug. We don't correlate in between them. We think that they are all separate. In fact, they are all interconnected. If you remove one of them, the balance goes down, isn't it? So that's the purpose of me here. For the rest of my time, I want to learn more about the nature and more about how the things works, how the rewilding is done. I'm very curious about it because the future is gonna be leaning into those subjects for the protection of our next generations also. It is very, very important. The third one is, aren't you feeling lonely? No, I am not, because I'm alone, but I'm not lonely. Let's put it that way, because I've got Wi-Fi. There is one guy down in the village. He's an old man. I spoke to him many times before, but he doesn't remember me because he's got dementia. He's around in his 80s and he provides water for the wild animals in the forest during those hot summer days. Very nice guy. But he's got dementia, as I said. He doesn't remember whatever that I tell him to. And each time he sees me, conversation goes like, hello, hello, how are you? Are you new here? Yes, I am. I stopped telling him that, I'm not saying it. We met before. I'm just being very polite. And he says, so where do you live? As I live in the forest, deep in the forest on that mountain. He says, yeah, that's good. I sometimes go there as well to feed the animals. I give them water, pour water into the ponds. I said, that's very nice of you. And then he says, so are you with your family, with your wife and kids? I said, no, I don't have any of those. I'm solo here. Then he goes, he's like completely shocked. So I go quiet. And then he says, aren't you feeling lonely? You are all alone there. I said, yeah, but I'm alone, but I'm not feeling lonely. So this made me think a little bit. We always mixing up those two things to each other. You don't have to feel lonely to be in the middle of the forest. You can feel lonely in a society, in a group, even in your family, that when nobody understands you. If nobody understands you, you will feel lonely. Or you can feel lonely in a metropolitan city while thousands and thousands of people are passing you, getting into the subways, in the ferry boats and buses and all that. And you will feel lonely, even though those people all around you. So the being alone and feeling lonely are two different things. So when the people says, "Are you feeling lonely?" I said, "No, I am just alone." That's all I can tell you at the moment. And please subscribe to my channel. Before I start talking to the trees, thank you. And please stay well until next time. Cheers to the ancestral rules. Trying to see the, what is it? Hello. Gel. Gel buraya gel. Oh, hadi. Okay. She wants to sit here. Okay. Oh, look at that.